The next leader of this country doesn't need to be a genius. They need to be bold, ruthless, and honest. Kenya doesn't need another politician. Kenya needs a fixer. First, declare actual war on corruption, not with speeches, but arrests. Jail the big fish. No more stupid tax force handshakes. You know what? We need to digitize government services. We need to audit every ministry. Fire the dead weight. If you can't clean up your own house, you don't deserve to lead. Second, fix the economy from the ground up. Slash taxes for small businesses. Cut useless levies. Make it easy for Mama Mboga to thrive more than our politician who steals. Invest in our own local industries, farmers, youth tech. Kenyans' money must circulate in Kenya. Third, unleash the private sector. Cut the red tape. Let anyone start a business in 48 hours like Rwanda. Give tax holidays to investors who invest, a certain amount of money. Stop changing policies like weather, manze. Listen, stability breeds confidence. Confidence brings capital. Fourth, rebuild education. Align learning with the market. Stop producing jobless youth with no skills. Invest in digital learning, trade schools, practical skills. Let our youth build, repair, code, and lead. Fifth, reform the police and the judiciary. We cannot be ruled by fear and injustice. No, police must serve and protect, not kill. Judges must serve justice, not sell it. Also, unite this country. End tribal politics. Hire people based on merit. Kill the mindset of our people must eat. Focus on the youth. Give them identity, direction, and dignity. And finally, lead by example. Slash the luxury convoy, manze. Cut your own salary. Audit your own office first.
Na hawase ni wa Adam, ni wa nini design, usipowapatia hiyo afadhali usiset up. Yani ushaiona corruption nyingine, yani ni noma mpaka afadhali watu wako wa dedi. Najua unakam kutusaidia lakini lazima tulambe, na kama atulambi afadhali watu wetu wa dedi. Amukuona mazem jamaa aliona wase wa Turkana ilikuwa ni Turkana ama ni county gani? Wana struggle na maji. Imagine alikuwa so touched. He's an American if I'm not wrong. Alikuwa so touched. Aka load drillers akuje achimbe boreholes for free. Lakini yani imemtouch. Akaweka hizo vitu kwa ship zikakuja mpaka coast. Pale coast akaambiwa hizi zinaingia kufanya nini? Unatuchimbia maji? Maji inatuchachia huko juu. Watu wanakufa na ukame. Hawana maji. So umejitolea ukuje utuchimbie. Tabidi tukutax. Lazima tukutax. But ni charity. Ya. Tabidi. Mzungu akamsema msishukishe. Hiyo meli ikirudi wacha irudi nazo. Kampani nyingine pia na scale kwa ina kam kuset up hapa. Hii ni word on the street. Mtu akaitisha was it 10 million? $10 million. Hiyo company ikaenda ikaset up Ethiopia. So you'd rather frustrate process yote ya kumeki country yako industrialize ndio usukume watoto wa watu waende majuu We live in a very strange country, guys. But kuteseka ni kwa muda. Itafika wakati. Acheni nimalizie hapo. In case of any updates ndawaambia, but report tutafikisha, at least tuone kama watasaidika, sababu hiyo camp yenye wako kuna more Kenyans there. Huku kwa Pakistani walijipata tu wako wawili, but sasa hiyo camp ya pili walipelekwa, Kenyans wamejaa huko. Stranded. Hawana namna.
Oh man, we are in shit. Get this. Public debt rose by 11.5 trillion in May of 2025. This is according to the CBK. And it shows that during 11 months of the last financial year, the government had already borrowed 900 951 billion for boy. Now, in June, the government borrowed an additional 128 billion from domestic markets, that is locally. This means that the borrowing in the last financial year exceeded 1 trillion. This is way beyond what Parliament had approved for borrowing. This is very reckless and very illegal. Like the government is actually borrowing illegally, and they're not borrowing to repay, such that we won't have, you borrow from bank X and Y and then you borrow from bank Z to repay bank X and Y. No. They are borrowing on top of whatever debts we have. That's why mafuta haitaishuka. That's why taxes hazitaishuka. Where does this money go? Who knows? Because there are no projects, no recurrent expenditures. Nothing is moving forward. There's no flow of money. There's no flow of money. Go ask any business person. Shit.
Ni mzuri tukae tukijua hakuna kitu kama old money in Africa ama East Africa ama Kenya. If your grandfather did not start an industry, a factory, or did not invent anything for that matter, you are not old money. You are a beneficiary of corruption and illegal entrepreneurship. Because how comes the people that we call old money in most of these East African countries and in Kenya ni politicians? This is because these people amassed wealth illegally. They stole your land, they stole our lands. They left communities homeless. They continue to take advantage of vulnerable Kenyans at the expense of their own selfishness and greed. For example, there's no way we can start calling people like George Ruto, Sijo and their children old money. We know what they are doing. That's not old money. In fact, if we have a functional government in place, most of these people that we have or we call old money, if a functional government comes into place that is truly transformative and has the heart of the people, most of that wealth will be taken away and those people will not call themselves old money again. Angalieni old money. Go to the US, for example, and look at the Genz family. Somebody started a grain processing plant in the 1880s, Zuko. And right now, Genz has to be one of the world's largest agriculture and food processing, company. Look at Ford. We know that that family ilianza kutengeneza magari huko US. That is old money. Angalia Walmart. Hizo tunaweza ita old money in the future matter sahi because we have seen effort. The list is endless. Because old money, your great grandfather had an idea and that idea was worked on and it has grown massively into a company or an idea that has employed and given opportunities to millions of people. That is effort, that is hard work, that is being smart, that is old wealth, that is old money that can be accounted for. Nyinyi pesa yenu tukianza kutrace vizuri tunapata mama yako ama baba yako alikuwa MP. Akachukua pesa yote yenye alipatiwa ya budget ama ya county ama ya constituency akaweka ameweka huko kwa offshore accounts ama ameweka kwa whatever she invested, and that is how you people became wealthy. If that money gets followed, there will be nothing like old money. Hakuna old money in Africa, old money in Kenya. Those are corrupt politicians. Those are thieves. Those are people that are supposed to be in jail, by the way.
Our KTN investigation tonight exposes how Interior CS Kipchumba Murkomen's Jukwaa Usalama forums have drained over 700 million shillings in just 6 months with minimal impact on national security. The high-cost security barazas held across 47 counties are now drawing public scrutiny for being more spectacle than solution. Our investigative reporter Haman Kamariki with the details.
Lavish tents, 2 helicopters on standby, convoys of fuel guzzlers and thousands fed on rice, beef stew and chapati. That's the picture of Jukwaa Usalama, the Interior CS's nationwide forums on security. But behind the speeches and the spectacle is a bill that's raising eyebrows. KTN has established that each forum costs a minimum of 15 million Kenya shillings, covering travel allowances, helicopter hire, catering and accommodation. The money, sources reveal, comes from a confidential vote, funds meant for classified security operations and intelligence.
A few weeks ago, we lost our assistant chief in this county as a result of attacks that were perpetrated by criminals who have illegal firearms.
At the last meeting in Kabete, over 2,000 people were hosted, including deputy county commissioners, chiefs and police commanders, all facilitated with cash allowances of up to 5,000 Kenya shillings. Critics say this is a waste of public funds used on public relations and personal gain and not security. Richard Onyancha says, and I quote, this is waste, pure waste. National security isn't managed in barazas. It's a strategy, not spectacle. Benjamin Gathiro, the member of parliament of Embakasi, says, and I quote, these are political rallies dressed as security meetings. It's pure, nothing more. From Makueni to Machakos, Kitui to Kisumu, the story repeats itself. In Makueni, cross-border crimes persist. In Kitui, farmers still clash with armed herders. In Machakos, university students continue to face night robberies. And in Kisumu, participants were paid cash from a briefcase between 1,000 and 3,000 Kenya shillings, according to one assistant chief. Security analyst George Musamali says the entire program is an expensive duplication of roles. These forums can't fix insecurity. Chiefs and police officers already give daily reports. This is politics and not policy. Former Principal Secretary Irungu Nyakera dismisses the initiative as replacing working systems like Nyumba Kumi with untested models.
Thieves have been profiled, especially those who facilitate them to come and steal from this side, and also the buyers of the cows.
Haman Kamaru.
Mungu Baba, Mungu wetu, ile kiboko umetupiga Mungu, tumesikia makosa yetu, na wewe Mungu tumetubu dhambi yetu. Mungu tusamee. 2027 hatutarudia makosa ingine tena, na hiyo makosa ni William Ruto. Mungu Baba, 2027 tukifika kwa ballot, hatutafikiria kuhusu kabila, tutafikiria kuhusu dini, tutafikiria kuhusu shida zetu zote tunapitia kama wananchi wa kawaida. Mungu, ile kiboko umetupatia tumesikia, tunaomba sasa usituchape tena juu tumejua. So Mungu, ile kiboko umetutandika Mungu, tumesikia yo, aturudi makosa ingine tena. One term. One term. Ile kiboko tumetandikwa one term. Mungu, sisi tumesikia maneno, hatutawahi rudia tena, na hiyo makosa hatutawahi fanya tena. One term. Ni term moja, one term.
Niko kazi wanachapati ni 10 bob baba, ni shilingi 10 peke yake.
10 bob na umeregister kama voter?
Voter. Hiyo bado
ngoja nini? Enda register kama voter huko.
BBC leo tunawaletea habari kuhusu launching ya boobs za Vera Saidika, na wanaume wamejaa kuliko wanawake katika ile venue.
Sasa Genz, mna report hizi nini? Uko na kura?
La hasha.
Na mna report hizi nini? Genz, chukua kura, time ya maandamano mlitokea ati sijui one term, two term, hizi vitu. Enda chukua kura saa hii, cameraman, enda chukua kura.
Wacha tu hiyo. Wacha nikupige tu term sasa. Wacha hii sana.
Genz, mnatoa vita ya kucheza pool na mna vote. Enda chukua kura. Very nice. Leo nimekumiss bana. Genz, mbona mnaibia Genz mwenzenu? Mpesi ni yake. Mregister kama voters. Enda mregister, enda mpige kura. Very nice.
Ile siku ni leo. Come with me as I propose to my mpoa. Come.
Mahari nini? Unaoa nini? Umechukua kura? Enda chukua voters card kwanza. Very nice. Hadi sasa tumerudi force.
Sinakwambia new team. New team.
Lima new kitu gani? Umechukua vote. Enda mregister mpige kura. Very nice.
Wacha nijegelea police station na zamkini nende mjengo.
Mjengo gani? Unachukua vote.
Enda chukua boti kwanza. Very nice.
Sikia dino naenda kutafuta kazi, niko na interview sahi.
Genz unaenda kutafuta interview, umechukua kura?
Bado sijachukua.
Enda uchukue kura kwanza. Very nice.
Sikutanganya. Kwa baba Raila Amolo Odinga ako kwa biashara. Kwa ground hata nikienda kwa mechanics, nikiuliza kwa charuo, hawacha kuitikia. Wanasema baba tu ako kwa biashara yake kama kawaida. Kwa biashara yake. Wananchi mtu asikutanganye. Ni wale wamepewa kazi kubwa ndio wanaweza kusema sisi kwa charuo tutakupigia. Ground sio vile iko. Hapana. Wacharuo wengi hawacha kuitikia. Na usisema sababu ya babu. Unaona mtoto kama babu usimuone hivi. Babu yako na nguvu sana. Nguvu zaidi nyamutio kama mama. Ile tu naweza kukuuliza. Kwa hii ground. Tembea ground wewe mwenyewe. Usitanganyike. Hao wabunge wengi ikifika 2027 wengi watakutoroka sababu hawataki kwenda nyumbani na wewe. Na wengi hawatarudi, wataenda nyumbani.
Hi Kenyans, mi sina maneno mingi. All I want to say is Ruto must go like yesterday. Bye.
Ati black chocolate ni fine melanin bana kutoka nikapate. Kanapenda kenye mi wanapenda, so kanapenda toto chupa na haga nono.
Madam na kudai, umedunga mini na unapenda mangwai. Una dance fit, unawacha nikismile. Ama niko high, jua lies even nice.
Kono moja mbele, gine yende rembe. Paila, yoni.
Enyewe Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. Wash fire, Ruto must go. Enyewe Ruto must go. By the way, Ruto must go.